IMHO Talk Show. IMHO Talk Show. Yeah, got none other than Sir Charles
and Miss Max,
and our special guest right now, Miss Crystal Napier. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm doing well.
Hey, girl.
Yes, indeed. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you could join us once again. Now, you were on with us some years ago, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Years ago.
Like years and years ago.
Yes, when I was at the Jefferson School City Center.
Ah, that's what it was. Okay. Well, it's one of the reasons why we have you on, because you are a lady all about the community. You wear many hats. Doing a lot of positive stuff and a lot of empowerment things, particularly for the women of the community. And so you're here today, right, to talk about an event you have coming up. Looks like it's a partnership with some of your colleagues and folks in the community. It's called Elevate Your Image, Elevate Your Future. Step boldly into your next chapter. It's a free event with interviewing tips, networking, resume help, headshots, professional styling, and lunch will be provided. June 27th. From 10 to 1 at Louisa Middle School. So that's a lot right there, Crystal. But that's some good stuff.
Secure that bag.
What did you say?
That's to secure that bag.
Well, it's more so helping women in the community that are looking to elevate their image and get them connected to these wonderful resources. And I feel so blessed that we have an incredible lineup of professionals and different organizations in the community that are going to volunteer their time. And I just really want folks to come out and take advantage of these resources that we're providing. And one thing that I want to make sure that these ladies are going to get fabulous designer clothing from Crystal's Career Closet. That is my nonprofit. Most of the people in the community know me from Renee's Boutique, my small business, but I started Crystal's Career Closet about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I'm under the umbrella of Sisters in Christ, which is a nonprofit, and we specifically do our best in the community to uplift women through faith-based knowledge, as well as just being there for the women in our community with not just clothing, but their overall image. Because a lot of people think that when we say image, we think about how we look, but there's also other things that go into your image. Your personality, your behaviors, your facial expressions. And these are all things important that we have to continue to grow and work at to be successful. And so I'm just elated to have put together and collaborated with so many different organizations that want to help these ladies for free.
I think it's I think it's an awesome opportunity. There are situations where individuals just don't, even if you are able to, kind of secure these different jobs that you're going after. We all at some point or another run into a situation where you don't get the job, you don't understand why. You don't realize that you could just use that little bit of added knowledge as you go into the workforce and things like that to help you to be able to get that job, or, just be more appealing and more marketable to individuals that you're meeting and interviewing with. So, it's definitely worthwhile. If anything, go curious, right?
Yes.
And you're bound to get something out of all of this. Interviewing tips, networking, resume help, headshots, take awful pictures.
But we're going to help with that.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Appreciate you.
See?
Yeah.
We got you.
And professional styling. Okay.
Professional styling, beauty, hair care. We have top-notch professionals in our community that are going to be there, that are willing to help out for this limited time. And not just getting a job, but this is also for the women who may be mid-career. You may be in a role that you feel stuck, or you might want to just change your career. And we have an array of people from all different backgrounds that can provide that assistance. This is not a job fair, and I want to make that clear. This is a judgment-free zone where you can come and actually just let your hair down, and we help you elevate your authenticity of who you are to put your best self forward. And I wanted to be very intentional about that this is not something about where I'm trying to change people, because as an image consultant, people think that you're trying to change folks and trying to make them be something that they're not. That's absolutely not my job. My job is to elevate who you already are and help you tap into your confidence so you can exude your best self.
Right.
Every single day.
You know what comes to mind, and I think there are some people listening who can relate to this. I think about those individuals who work a job, go to work every day where they're wearing a uniform, some drab color like a gray, a brown, a black, and they have aspirations of wanting a better job, wanting to be able to dress up when they go to work, put on some fancy clothes and really look nice. And they have some skills, some crossover skills between where they are and where they want to go. But the in-between is where they have questions and just need more information. And it sounds like you fill that gap.
Absolutely. That's exactly why we came up to do this event.
Yeah.
Because that's why I created my closet. Because I know what that feels like of being in a role where it didn't really fit who I was.
Yeah.
And I was blessed to, step out on faith and start my own business. And that may be the case for some of the ladies that are coming,
right,
who need that confidence, who need that push. And we have those folks that are going to be at this event that you can have those authentic conversations.
Now, if they ever need to reach back out, because, I think I got called in for a second interview, or just need some advice moving forward. They get the job and whatnot. Now, how do I act or behave, conduct myself in an office setting? Network and build those relationships. Can they follow up with you all? Do you offer some ongoing support?
So the wonderful thing about the network that I have been able to build and the relationships that I've been able to cultivate is that these folks that will be at this event, that's absolutely what they want.
Okay.
We have Virginia Career Works will be there.
Okay.
I will have my own financial advisor, Sean Pendleton, will be there. Virginia Department of Health will be there.
Okay.
And of course, that's what I do, so they can actually contact me directly as well, to have these resources dispersed even after this event.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Max.
Yeah.
We definitely want to keep this as ongoing. And this is almost like an introduction to Crystal's Career Closet and Sisters in Christ, more of a formal introduction, because we haven't really marketed ourselves out there, because that's why we have established these organizations to uplift our community and be an ongoing support.
And something else, and I'm going to let you in here, Charles. I know I keep going. For those of you who are using chat to develop these cover letters and resumes, we can see it. Look, we can tell. I need you to know that. So, do yourself a favor and add a little bit of authenticity by, creating your own, even if you use chat to proofread it.
Yes.
But your employer can tell.
That's a very good point that I didn't even think about.
Potential employer.
But we have so Kesey Harris has been an administrator for Louisa County Public Schools for years.
Okay.
So she is going to be assisting with that. Also Virginia Career Works. And then my husband, Sean Napier, has been an employee for National Grounds Intelligence Center for ages, and he has been on the hiring committees.
And can he tell?
So well, I haven't gotten into details with that, and
he probably
his stuff is classified. So
my bad. I take that back.
He is going to be there to assist people with how to present themselves, especially if they're looking to get into government agencies. Right now, I'm sorry, with y'all's administration, they're not hiring right now. But when those opportunities open up, he's going to be there to help folks who might be interested in going that avenue, even if it's in the private sector of what they should be putting on their resumes or what they're looking for.
Okay.
So.
That's deep. We are joined by Crystal Napier. She is here talking about the Elevate event, Elevate Your Image and Elevate Your Future. So Max alluded to it a little bit, Crystal, but I'm curious about like the grassroots inspiration for this, right? Because I know that you already are a huge impact on so many women's lives.
Thank you.
And so when you thought about taking this next step, whether it's with Crystal's Career Closet or like just this event itself, right? Like what was it that you were really seeing personally where you felt like I need to do more?
So that's a great question, Charles, and thank you. I realized, with my business that affordability has always been important to me. And I wanted to make sure that women of all status, socioeconomic backgrounds could have access to the professional clothing that they needed to be successful, because I know that was extremely important for me. And I think back to a time before I even became an image consultant, when I was in banking and in management. I remember an employee at another bank, one of their managers asked me to take her shopping because she liked the way I dress. And this was a curvy young lady as well. And I remember just taking her, helping her find pieces that complemented her body type. And when she started wearing those clothing, that's when her career started to take off, not just because of the clothing, but because I was able to help her tap into her confidence and help her understand what garments she needed to complement herself. So when she looked good, she really felt good. And then she was able to focus primarily on her elevation in her career. And that's why I started my business. And that's really why I started Crystal's Career Closet, because I wanted to make those opportunities accessible to every woman. Absolutely.
Nice. And I can't help but think also of, like in particular, you being a Black woman and like, even what that means to you. So is that part of your vision? And, because I know you don't discriminate, but at the same time, being a Black woman and you wanting to see, like all of us succeed.
Absolutely.
Like what does that mean to you, as well?
Well, that's huge. Because the woman that I just gave you the example of, she was a young Black woman, and I saw this potential. Her manager saw this potential, but she knew that she wouldn't be able to get to that level, not prioritizing herself. She wasn't presenting her best self. She saw all of these great things, but she wasn't presenting her best self. And I feel like a lot of times in our community and as a Black woman, we have so much to offer. I know I'm biased, but I think us Black women, we are powerful beings.
I agree.
We are some incredible creative women, but we do have challenges with communicating how we should show up in the society. We also have trouble because we're fighting labels, right? People automatically think we are being too aggressive when we speak up for ourselves, being too assertive. So we get put in these boxes. So that was a huge inspiration for me, not only starting my business, but also this nonprofit.
Well, in response to that, I want to point out a couple of things here. The first being that of leadership and, just your bosses in these work environments, because first of all, I don't know that they in general realize how much support or how much they can contribute to the success of their employees if they're willing to help them outside of the box, right? Granted, we got some people in leadership positions that just aren't great leaders. That that's inevitable. But on the other hand, for those who are not only open to seeing the potential of those that they are leading and supervising and have working for them, but willing to take that extra step to have those, personable, vulnerable conversations out of respect, because I see your potential and I want to help you get there. I'm invested in you, right?
Exactly.
So that's really a message to those in leadership positions. And then the other part is for those of us who could use this added support, things like what you're offering at this workshop. Mm-hmm. I think we also need to have some grace for those who just don't know. Mm-hmm. No judgment, but some grace for that, because there are folks who just don't know.
Absolutely.
I didn't get it. It wasn't explained to me. It wasn't modeled in front of me. I may see things that look nice, these work attire and things like that. I may not necessarily be able to afford it, different things like that. And so they just don't know. Mm-hmm. And it's our role, for those of us who care about people, and especially in this way, to be able to help to show them the path to get to where we think they can go and where they would like to go.
Absolutely.
And I think this also, it crosses over. There's a lot of service industries, right? And Charlottesville is full of them. And I see so many Black women working in those industries who are seemingly angry. Mm. And I think they're not happy with what they're doing. And I'm connecting this to what you're offering, with what they're doing, how it's being done, where they are in their professional career. And they just want something different, want something more, want a new opportunity, but feel stuck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, girl, this is elevate your image is an answer for many, many people. That's my spiel.
Talking to somebody.
That's my brain. And there's no judgment, right?
Yeah.
One of the things we do here is we talk about things authentically. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to not only put myself in the place of a lot of these, people who may need this type of service, mm-hmm. but understand those that I see who are in need of these type of services.
Absolutely. It's definitely people who are in need. And then the other piece is that we all can continue to grow, like even myself, mm-hmm. I'm constantly educating myself and seeing how I can stretch mm-hmm. myself to be the best version of who Crystal is. And so I think it's a wide open event of who can come and participate and take part in this. I think it's going to be just a blessed day, is what I'm looking forward to. A blessed day of just having people to just be able to relax mm-hmm. and allow yourself to truly just be open mm-hmm. to what you can learn at this event and what you can take away, and not feel like you have to be on display. One thing I used to hate in banking was that horse pony show or something where you get to put on a show when the big bosses come. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is not that, folks. Right. This is where we really want you to show up as your whole self mm-hmm. and allow us to pour into you.
So it does not serve you to come in.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, I see that it's happening at Louisa Middle School.
Yes.
So how about you walk us through it, right?
Okay.
Like to sort of walk us through how you envision, the flow of this event will go, once one arrives.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? So my vision for this event is that you're going to walk in the door. You're going to be greeted by someone. Someone's going to give you a name tag, because I do want us to try to learn people's names. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have stations. So I'm going to have the career closet station, where I will be providing the clothing, the image consulting. That is going to be the first station that you will see. And then you can go to either, hair and makeup if you want. And then the headshots are being done by Scott Photography. Mm-hmm. Robert Scott has been in the community for ages. And then you have the stations for interviewing tips mm-hmm. by business and life coaches Ariel Vaughn and Andrea Johnson, and also Virginia Career Works. I believe her name is Crystal, is going to be there assisting. The resume building workshop will be there. That table with my husband Sean Napier, Kesey Harris, as well as someone else from Virginia Career Works there. And then we have the financial health stations. We have Stiefel Financial. Sean Pendleton will be at that station providing financial health. We will also have United Bank, the Louisa chapter, there providing financial health. And then we're going to have Virginia Department of Health. He will actually, my brother-in-law, Richard Bolden, will be there providing some swag as well as talking about the jobs that they actually have to offer and kind of give an insight of what they're actually looking for. And the one thing I'm really excited about is this interviewing station. We're not just going to do, like, they're going to actually do mock interviews with people so you can get real-time feedback of how you sound and how you're communicating yourself and how to strengthen your elevator pitch, because we all need an elevator pitch. Even if we're not looking for a job, you know, your image is your personal brand. And I'm really excited for those ladies to assist with that. And then, of course, we will have some good food for you. We are still working on that because we would love to support another small business. And of course, we have, you know, sponsorship opportunities where your logo will be displayed that day up on a projector and get your business out there if you would like to participate and get your name out there in the community as well.
Charles, there's one more thing I want to.
Yeah, I got something too. But you go ahead.
Yeah. So another element that some folks may deal with in the interviewing process is those companies who use this digital interview process to kind of weed out the initial pool of applicants to those that they would like to interview in person. You know, so you get these set of questions. You know, essentially log into like a Zoom, you answer each question. You're not looking at nobody. You're not talking to anybody, you know, and I've heard of people kind of getting kind of lost in that, you know, just because it is so impersonal and, you know, those who may have been comfortable speaking to a live person answering those questions all of a sudden are like, they have a lot of nervousness and anxiety because how do I talk to this computer and come across in the way that I'm hoping to.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And it is a little intimidating. I've actually did one before. Yeah. And my coaching to folks is that you show up for a digital interview just like you do an in-person interview. And you shouldn't feel any different talking to that computer than you do with the human being sitting in front of you. Yes, it's awkward because you're kind of looking at yourself on the screen. However, you have to get in the mindset that you're going to show up just like you would in person. And I also recommend that you dress like you would dress in person. Just because it's an online digital interview doesn't mean that it's time to get casual and laid back, and too laid back, because you want to show up how you would present yourself if you had a human sitting directly from you. Yeah.
Good tips. So you saying like no pajama pants?
No, sir. And
just because they can see you,
top.
Can't do that. Okay.
Because here's the thing: it's happened so many times. You know, folks have been doing that, and you stand up to grab something, and guess what? We just saw.
You forgot.
Too much information from you. You know, we're getting really personal.
Yeah. So Crystal, the Sisters in Christ logo standing out to me. I think that's a new organization to me. Maybe some to others. Like you talked about Crystal's Career Closet, Renee's Boutique, the partnership with Louisa County. But tell us a little bit more about Sisters in Christ.
So Sisters in Christ is a faith-based, mission-driven organization that are empowering women through the Word, through the Holy Bible. And we meet once a month at our sanctuary, Tree of Life Sanctuary. Is 120 Jefferson Highway in Louisa County. And the thing I love about Sisters in Christ is that it's not a denomination. It's not a worship situation where you are dressing up going to church. And so we have women of all backgrounds that come together and worship and talk and fellowship with each other and connect with each other. It's just an experience that I had never experienced until actually Kesey and Kim Nixon, who is my phenomenal hairdresser at Ebony Images here in Charlottesville.
Shout out to Kim.
Yep, Ebony Images, the best. They invited me to be a vendor at one of their conferences. Gosh, probably 8 or 9 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that women's conference was so powerful to me, to just see how many women were just pouring out their hearts and just thirsty to be a part of this organization that worship God. You know, they love God, and their love for Christ comes across not just in a church building. They're out in the community. They are really those type of women that really reach down and help absolutely anyone.
That's great.
So
yeah, that's great.
It's a beautiful camaraderie that I'm proud to be a part of.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, been talking to none other than Crystal Napier of Elevate Your Image, Elevate Your Future. June 27th, 10 to 1 at Louisa Middle School. So many resources are going to be available at this free event where food will be provided as well. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, even though it's been inferred, what if a brother shows up? Like, does he get turned away at the door?
No, sir.
Okay.
This is open to everyone. Women is our primary target because, like I said, my closet has professional women clothing, but men can come and take advantage of these resources too. Actually, my brothers, feel free, please. And like I said, we have gentlemen that are running these stations. So they would love to have some other male camaraderie in the business. Take advantage of these resources as well. They're interviewing resumes, and maybe they want to do a headshot too. We are open to that. We are not turning anyone away.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So did we miss anything? Anything else you feel like people need to know to get amped up for June 27th? Or you feeling good about things?
Please help us spread the word. Okay. We really want folks to come out and attend this event and support it because, like I said, we have a array of professional, talented people that are dedicating their time. And to me, time is the most valuable resource that God has given us. So please honor that and show up.
All right.
Love it. And we did share the flyer, of course, on our page as well. Thank you. And I imagine they could go to any of the pages of the hosts as
Absolutely.
Well, right?
So we have a Facebook event out there. It is on Renee's Boutique Facebook page. It is on Sisters in Christ Facebook page, and it is on the Louisa County Chamber of Commerce page. You will register directly through the Louisa County Chamber of Commerce. There is a link to register, so please register because that will help us know how many mouths we have to feed on that day. We don't want anybody to go hungry. Right. So please make sure you register and let us know. And that also helps us to know how many resources that we will need to prepare for that day.
Nice. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Elevate your image, elevate your future.
Thank y'all so much.